Hey everybody, Mike Linville here from Black Dog Education with another installment of Office Hours. Now, today's question comes from Jacob over on YouTube, and he had a question about his website. So, Jacob's got this website. It's greenalternative.com or green-alternative.com. And just had it redesigned a couple of months ago, and it was having some questions about kind of Facebook and the interactivity there. So, the first thing we did was went out and took a look at the website, ran it through HubSpot's website grader, and he was already pulling down an 83 out of 100, which is actually really good. Just goes to show you the power of WordPress and what WordPress, in a couple of months can do for you in terms of, having a marketable website. We took a look at the source code, basically what we could take a look at. Saw that he had a couple of good plugins in there. He's got all-in-one SEO pack. So he's doing that. He's got his Facebook Open Graph tags kind of plugged in there. So those things seem to be working. So he's kind of got like all the pieces are there. It's definitely a great starter website. So to get back to his questions, the first question that Jacob had was, I'm not sure if the like button on my page is working. And, we went out, took a look at his website, and, we did indeed click the like button. It changed, showed my picture, said, that I liked it, and, so on and so forth. So, the like button is in fact working on the site, Jacob. The second issue there was, the second question that came up said that, Jacob didn't have the ability to add friends or suggest the site to friends. So, being able to suggest a site to friends is a function that's set aside for administrators of a page. So the first thing you need to do is if you want to be able to invite people over to your page, you've got to become an administrator of that page and do it from that place. So, once you're actually logged in or you're an administrator for a page, once you go to that page, over in the on the right-hand side up in the top right corner, you're going to see a bunch of administrative actions. Things like promote this page with an ad, view your insights. You can browse Facebook as that page now, which is some relatively new functionality. And then one of the other options there is going to be to suggest to your friends. So, make sure, Jacob, that you're an administrator, and when you go to that page, once you're an admin, you should be able to get right in there and go ahead and suggest that to your friends. Now, as I was reading through the rest of Jacob's post, it seemed to me like, the real question, or I guess the real thought behind the email itself was just one of traffic. How long does it take to get traffic? Or, basically the idea was I'm not really seeing a whole lot of people sharing my stuff. So the question then, if we're not getting a whole lot of what we would call user engagement, right? You're not getting a whole bunch of people commenting on your posts, or you're not getting a whole bunch of people, sharing, retweeting, posting stuff on Facebook, liking your pages. There's really two questions that we need to ask. The first question is are you getting traffic? Because there's two options, right? There's one that could just be the site's just dark. You're just not getting any traffic at all, and then that would be why you're not getting any kind of engagement. The second option is maybe you are getting a lot of traffic, but for some reason those users are having a hard time with your site. And we really can't answer the second question until we get to the first. So, the first thing that we need to do is we need to go ahead and put some analytics on there. So, Jacob, for your site, what I would do is I would make a couple of suggestions, and they're all going to be centered around analytics and kind of more of building this thing up. So the first thing that I would do is you've got social media sharing buttons on your site, but I noticed they're really small and they're just listed at the bottom of your post. So what I would probably do is go ahead and make those bigger, maybe come up with another way to somehow call more attention to those, maybe put them in a box or do something else to kind of make them appear a little larger, or take a little more page, because your posts are pretty long. They're good-sized blog posts, and if you have a really tiny Facebook button on there, it doesn't really stick out, it doesn't pop. But if you kind of make that a little bit larger, that might bring a little more, get people's eyes to take a look at it. The other thing that I would do also is I would go ahead and place the button at the top of the page as well. Or if you're going to use like a searchable plugin or something like that where it's going to scroll down the side of the page, do that. But you want to make sure that you get a little more, visibility to those social media plugins. The next thing I would do is I'd install Google Analytics. Took a look at the source code like we had said. I didn't see any analytics code on there. So, you know, absolutely, positively take advantage of Google and the tools that they offer. Google Analytics is going to tell you about your traffic, how much, when, where, who they are, where they're coming from, all that other good stuff. So that's, you have to get that started today. The second thing I would sign up for with that same Google login is I would sign up for Google's Webmaster Tools. And what that Google Webmaster Tools does is it allows you to submit a sitemap to Google. So that way, instead of having them come by and kind of crawl through the site to try to find the links, what you'll do is you'll have your website create those sitemaps automatically, and then just, you know, once with the Webmaster Tools, you tell Google, hey, this is where my sitemap is, come by and check it occasionally, and you tell it how often to check it, and it'll do it. So every time you put a new post in there, Google, Yahoo, Bing, they're all going to know about it. So, you know, that would be my suggestion. And then the last thing is what that's going to do is that's going to tell you about the type of traffic. My guess is because it's a new site, because of, you know, the level of readership on your YouTube channel, the level of readership on the Facebook page, my guess is that it's just really a matter of, you know, not necessarily having a whole lot of traffic. I don't think it's an engagement issue. So then, you know, my last suggestion would be, you know, what are you doing for marketing? You know, what you need to do, just because you build a website and you have really good content on there, doesn't mean that somebody is necessarily going to find it or like it or love it. You've got to be able to be a little proactive about that and get that information out there. So my question is, what are you doing to you know, to market the site? Who are you talking to? You know, who would be interested in this type of information? Where are you going out to share this information? Things of that nature. So, Jacob, again, I hope this helps. You know, if you have any more questions, please make sure that you submit it to our office hours. You can either email them over to us at officehours@blackdogeducation.com. You can just throw them up on our Facebook wall. We'll go ahead and pull those out, or you can just send them over to us as a tweet. If you're going to send them as a tweet, make sure that you use the hashtag #officehours, so that way we can go ahead and pull those out. Again, this is Mike Linville from Black Dog Education. I hope this was valuable, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.